It's 93 Sports. Little bit of a late reaction on this upset between James Degale versus Caleb Truax. This was a huge upset. Truax was 100-1 underdog. And I gotta be honest, man, I didn't know who this guy was. I had to pull up his box rec. He's been in the ring with the likes of Anthony Durrell, Daniel Jacobs, and Jermaine Taylor. He lost to all of those guys. He was stopped by Anthony Durrell and Daniel Jacobs, and with the distance with Jermaine Taylor. And this guy came out the blue, man. And in my opinion, James Degale had lost two of his last fights before Truax. I felt like he lost the Badu Jack fight. I felt it was close, but he lost that fight. And I felt like he lost the fight when he fought Porky Medina. I thought that was a close fight that he lost, in my opinion. And when I see a guy like James Degale, for some reason it seems like the guy has a lot of skill, but it just seems like he's lazy. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like he's cutting corners somewhere. It seems like he's very talented, because it's sometimes, when you see him fight, he looks like almost like an unbeatable guy, and then he just, but it's only moments. It's almost like when Adrian Broner lets his hands go, and he almost looks like an elite level fighter. It's kind of the same thing with this James Degale guy, and I think he's cutting corners somewhere, or maybe his heart just is not in it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see the entire fight with him and Caleb Truax. I seen highlights. Last weekend, as we all know, it was a huge fight between Guillermo Rigondeaux and Vasily Lomachenko, and that's the fight that I was focused on, and I wasn't really checking for Lee Selby and James Degale. The only reason why I'm talking about this fight is because it was an upset. This was supposed to be a showcase comeback fight for him to defend his IBF title. Now he lost the strap, and supposedly there's a rematch clause, so if he does want to rematch this guy immediately, he can. And even if he does go do that, that's cool, I guess. But it's gonna take him a long time to really build back that status, as far as to be one of the guys at 168. Of course, he's gonna be a good name to put on his resume. I'd like to see him in there with the top guys. Chris Eubank Jr. Who's the other guy we got? He's already been defeated by what's the guy who fought Carl Froch? George Groves. Yeah, he's already been beat by George Groves. I want to say, who is the other 168 guy? We got Zerto Ramirez, and I want to say the guy's Jose Benavidez, maybe. I could be wrong. I want to say the other guy's Jose Benavidez. I believe he beat Floyd Mayweather's fighter for the title. It was a Mayweather fighter. I can't believe remember the guy's name. But it is what it is. I definitely think he could bounce back from this. But I feel like he's an elite level talent, but it just seems like he's lazy. But that's just my assessment. I know it's some guys out there that really watched the entire fight, and I seen the highlights, and from what I seen, it just seemed like Degale was he was just being. It seemed like the other guy just wanted it more. The guy was willing to take chances. He was cornering Degale on the ropes and the corners every chance he got, and he was pounding away. And I guess that's what won him the fight. And I feel like this was another situation where Degale, could have won with his talent. Aside from the Badu Jack fight, I don't know if he would have. I don't know if he would have won that fight. Even if he was, on top of his game 100%. But it just seemed like the guy just started coasting. And he don't fight the whole fight. Some other guys might be able to elaborate, but that's just my assessment from watching the guy in the eye test and so forth. But that's my thoughts, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think's next for James Degale. And I'm out.